Hello there, and welcome to an episode of Rants. There's a mixture of rants and the aftermath, really, but primarily rants. But that's by the by. It's Crisandro, of course, and yeah, the day after the night that was West Ham the West Ham game at the London Stadium. That finished West Ham United 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1, and it was quite an intriguing performance. I kind of got to the point now where well, we'll talk about the performance in a minute, but the issues within the game where, well, it looks like we, for the first time since the Southampton game at the start of the season, can say that we dominated possession. I think before the game, I read that our average possession from the the 4 games played was nearing 47%. Which, if you watch it, just kind of obvious. Really, we kind of sit back and we wait for the chance to break on them. So we shall we shall see how it pans out. Well, obviously we've seen how it pans out as well as the results that it has. Um, well, I know that a lot of fans, me primarily, uh, to a point, kind of questioning the actual, what we're producing on the pitch. The game itself, we obviously drew 1-1. Um, where we started off brightly in the first 5-10 minutes, and then kind of West Ham came into it, but they did not take advantage of it. They had a fair amount um, of shots, but none of them really troubled Lloris. We then took the lead through an own goal. It was a nice little move, which um, I want to say Kane was playing the ball into the 6-yard box, and their defender Kera had no option but to put it in the back of the net. Um, mostly because if he didn't, then I think it was Kulusevski that was there. I want to say Kulusevski. I haven't seen the highlights back, just going off by memory, really. Was on hand to score the goal. So that was the issue there, was that he had to put it in the back of the net. But there we looked very, very comfortable. We did. We looked very comfortable. And to say, although many people will say that we just kind of look predictable, we were keeping the ball, and we're just keeping West Ham at arm's length, and they weren't really threatening us one iota, and that was the issue. Really, we just looked very comfortable, but at the same time, it kind of looked like I don't know the best way to describe it. If you remember, I mean, I could just about remember it, but if you can remember, uh, well, let's talk about what happened before we scored the goal. I mean, we played well up to that point, and then we had a penalty chance. Well, I thought it was a penalty. The referee thought it was a penalty straight away, and this is where the issue comes in. We were playing quite well at that point. I mean, just kind of keeping West Ham at arm's length, and just kind of trying to hit them on the break, but also at the same time where it was Lowy held onto the ball, and we're just kind of like taking the sting out of the West Ham crowd. But we had a penalty chance, um, and really what happened there was that basically there was a cross into the box. It came to the back post. Kane. This was about 15 minutes into the game, so it was still kind of fairly early on. Kane headed back, and their defender, I want to say Soufal, Vladimir Soufal, jumped up, arms and, and everything akimbo, and the ball clearly strikes his arm. Now, first glance, the referee gives it penalty straight away. Then it goes to VAR. This is where I have an issue with the clear and obvious ruling, because for me, I know they had to look back on VAR. They took nearly 3.5 to 4 minutes to sort it out, and then they arrived at the decision that the ball hit his head first and then hit his hand. For me, if they had to check that to that precise to the nth degree, then it's not a clear and obvious error, and that was what my issue is. I mean, in this day and age, I mean, if that's the case, they should just rewrite the rules because if they, because for me, he gives it. Everyone knows that the ball hits his hand. You know, clear and obvious. Clear and obvious. To me, it wasn't. And the fact that it took a long time for them to actually arrive at that decision shows that it wasn't an obvious decision. And so, for me, that penalty decision should have stood. Should have stood. You know, I know people say, "Oh, we're good," but if it happened the other way, yeah, I'll be smarting. But at the same time, I'd be kind of, I'd be, yeah, it's not a clear and obvious decision. I mean, for me, even then, I would look at I'll look at the replay if it was happened to Spurs, and I might see it hit his head, but then I will see it hit his arm, and the first thing I'll think is, oh, damn it, it's a penalty. He's going to give it. That'll be my natural reaction. My first thought would not have been, but it looks like it hits his head first, and then it hits his hand. It wouldn't actually wouldn't have been. I think there probably been instances as well in the past where that was the case. I mean, you can talk about the distance and how the proximity of Sufal to Kane, but at the same time he jumps up with his hand everywhere. I mean, if you're jumping up, arms, everything like that's not natural. For me, that's not a natural position, and so there isn't a clear and obvious mistake made, and for me to put it should not have been overturned. But overturned it was. I know if that was another team, it probably would have been given, but for us, it wasn't. And so that's where I'm kind of upset by that. But then 20 minutes later, we go and score anyway. And it was actually got some good football as well. But as I said, that it's uh, winning off the defender Kera, who slotted it in. That was 1-0. Second half, many people were saying that was our worst. It was the worst performance. Usually, there's a bad performance first half, second half, improved performance. For me, the second half was. I mean, we were just basically trying to keep West Ham at arm's length. We're just kind of cool. This is what I was trying to bring the analogy of earlier on. Bring the analogy of the '86 World Cup final for anyone who would remember that Argentina West Germany. I think Argentina were. I know the difference is that they were 2-0 up, where they started just holding onto the ball and just playing around, going to attack, and then come out just literally just holding onto the ball, just taking this thing out of the game. And then obviously in that game, whenever the Germans did get hold of the ball, they then scored two quick goals and then lost it about a minute later through some, I think probably over celebrating. They got an equaliser and they lost it. But yeah, we were kind of in a similar kind of position. I mean, if the mood took us, we'll try and get that second goal. But we were kind of relaxed. We were kind of calm, and we were holding onto the ball very well, and we are doing what needed to be done. West Ham uh, did up the tempo a bit and did start closing us down a lot more. Notably, they targeted Sanchez quite a bit, on the right, put him under a lot of pressure, which I guess is fair enough. But I don't think he shirks from that. So I think Sanchez played quite well. But they did get their breakthrough. It was from a throwing, actually, of all things. It wasn't even a quick throw. It was just it was thrown to Antonio, who then made a quick flick. Good awareness from him, and then that just set Suchek, Thomas Suchek on the way, and he buried it. And that was 1-1. That was in the second half. And then we had enough chances after that to win the game, and obviously none came to fruition. But we drew 1-1. And then here's where I kind of like diverge from people. I mean, at the start, I was kind of thinking poor performance, and then the second half, poor performance, and I'm actually starting to think that this is actually a tactic. Um, I work with a couple of Spurs fans, and we were dissecting the Nottingham Forest game, um, which we might have seen if you click the link above, you'll take you to that. But obviously, after watching this. And I kind of said to him at the time that it can't be, we can't be having poor performance each time. It must be a tactic where we're just sitting back, soaking up everything. And I even wrote in the group the same thing, soaking back everything, just let them tire themselves out, and then we, with our superior fitness, hit them what for as much as they can take in the second half. Like rope-a-dope tactics. That's what I wrote in the group. And like, if you remember Ali Foreman in '74, I think it was, Rumble in the Jungle. That was literally his tactic for 15 rounds. Muhammad Ali, that is. He just let Foreman punch the hell out of him. He'll just sit there in the corner, curl up, and just let Foreman just punch himself out and punch himself out. And then they got to rounds 13, 14, and 15. I think I was gonna stop in 15. Can't remember. I need to watch it again. You can see the superior fitness of Muhammad Ali, and I think, to me, that's what I'm thinking. The issue. I mean, against Chelsea, a lot of people saying, "Oh, Chelsea should have destroyed them, this and the other." You have to remember, Chelsea only had 3 shots on target. Literally 3 shots on target. The rest of it was all blocked, or they couldn't find a shot, a clear shot, so they blasted over. They only had 3 shots on target. They scored from 2 of them, but they only had 3 shots on target. The other one was saved by the Reese. We, on the other hand, had, playing the way we did, had 5 shots on target, and we scored 2 of them. We're taking our clear chances, notably the one that Harry Kane, I think, was saved in the end, and I put wide. That was before the Højbjerg shot. If you scored that, who knows what could happen? And I think that's what the tactic was. That's what the tactic has been. And I guess the tactic doesn't quite work if you have a lot more of the ball. I think that's what West Ham were trying to do to us. They were literally sitting back as well as a home side, just saying, "You come on to us." And although we did quite well, we did okay in possession, um, fairly well in possession. We're just kind of like taking the heat out of it, the occasion, quite a bit, and then trying to hit West Ham where we could. And it just, unfortunately, we weren't clinical enough. And I guess that's kind of a new way of Conte evolving the side, really, just to try to help us get that confidence. Um, it didn't work out against West Ham. Almost worked out against Chelsea. So, at the moment we are kind of unbeaten at the moment, and but the worst part of it is that we've slipped 4 points behind from the top of the table. But the plus side is only 5 games in. There's still another, 33 games to go. So we shall see how that unfolds. I mean, our next game is Fulham. That's going to be quite intriguing. They've actually bought Willian from what I understand. I don't know if that's true or not. I just heard out on the grapevine. If they have Willian, and they have another defender as well, I mean, they registered them in time, and that could be an interesting one come Saturday. But yeah, I mean, Fulham are playing very well at the moment. I mean, they're unlucky to lose against Arsenal last week. So, but over the weekend, sorry. So it is a case of you know, doing what we can do to get the 3 points in that one and make sure we continue to keep pace with the leads at the top. Arsenal at the top, Manchester City lying second, we're still third. So we shall see how that all pans out. But that was kind of like my thinking, really, that it was more that it just seemed to be more of a tactic. A lot of people saying it is clear that we need a attacking midfielder, and I don't get it. I don't understand that thought. For the fans, yeah, well, for the fans that are advocating, it's obvious. Conte has never played with an attacking midfield. I mean, yeah, he had Christian Eriksen for what, 6 months, and for most of that period, he hardly played him because he wasn't up to that level of um, fitness where he got back in time, helped to defend as well. The work rate wasn't there. So people advocate saying that we need a attacking midfielder. Like they haven't seen how Conte plays, or they pretty much want to tell Conte how to run his team. Um, and that's just kind of the issue. I don't think we are looking for an attacking midfielder. If anything, I think we're going to look for another right-sided midfielder or another wing back. not right sided. It could be any sided, but a winger or a wing back. That's literally the type of players I think we're going to be going for. Other than that, he's quite happy with the team, and as we haven't played with an attacking midfielder under Conte for a long time, or Conte in general in all his teams. I don't think he's actually had one outstanding attacking midfielder that he could say, there you go, that's proof that he does use them. I don't think we're after one. So, well, people saying that it's probably a bad window for getting an attacking midfielder. You just have to ask Conte himself. He doesn't want one. He doesn't use one. He never has had one, and I don't think he feels the need to get one. And speaking of which, he's not an attacking midfielder, but it's kind of a player that I heard on the grapevine that we were going to get, and I made a video that where I was out in Israel. You might remember Zaniolo. Said that the things that we were looking to place a £45 million bid. I had to apologise for that one, and I had to hold my hand up as well when these rumours or ITK statements don't come true. I don't see myself as an ITK. I just kind of like read quite a fair bit, find the real sources of stories, and if one of the main ITKs, and I mean like Fabrizio Romano or yeah, or men of that ilk, say that there's a chance that we can get one of those players, then I will take that as gospel that something in the pipeline being worked out. So I have to apologise for that one. I don't think that's the case. I don't think we're interested in Zaniolo. There's the same way I don't think we're interested in any other attacking. I mean, Dan James was being mooted quite a bit. I haven't mentioned his name because I don't think we're interested in him at all. A lot of other players as well. I mean, people are talking about we need this, we need that, and we should be going for this one. They're talking about Lucas Paqueta, saying why West Ham done, why we're interested in. We weren't going to get him. Wasn't a player that hit that we might have looked at him, but Conte didn't want him, and there will be one or two saying, this is all down to Levy again. I'll just stay clear of those people, man. But yeah, so I just wanted to offer an apology, just in case I got any hopes up on of Zaniolo coming to Spurs. I don't think that wasn't a story that looked like it had legs, but ultimately was not one that Conte wasn't even interested in. But yeah, any other further rumours that come across, if I feel that they are correct and there is some truth to it, then I will look into try and put it out for you. But yeah, so that was my kind of thoughts on the West Ham game. That it is a tactic where we are pretty much a rope-a-dope tactic, so that's what we're trying to employ. It's just that it kind of came unstuck against a West Ham side. I mean, it probably wouldn't. I mean, the way we're kind of playing, I don't think. I mean, people are saying that we need an attacking midfielder to break these low block sides. We now have wingers and wing backs that can get beyond the defensive line and put in crosses. That is where the danger is going to come from. That's how we're going to break the low block sides. Or, I mean, if you get to the byline and put it across, you're going to cause havoc in that box. And you are. And any team that wants to come and play the low block against us will have to contend with a lot of height. That's simply as it stands. That's literally what I think the plan is. So we're not going to buy an attacking midfielder. We might even get a defender. Who knows? I mean, we might get another winger or a wing back. Who knows? But definitely not an attacking midfielder. So hopefully, if people just calm down on that, that's not going to happen. But yeah, I mean, looking forward to the Fulham game. It should be an interesting one. But also, for fans of the women's game, for the fans of the Spurs women, I will be doing a review of the 8 players that we bought during the close season, and having a little look back at our pre-season as well. The season will start in a couple of weeks. Or was it next? Sorry, it's next week, isn't it? I just forgot which we're about in the month we're at. Where yeah, it is a couple of weeks. I do apologise. The Spurs take on Manchester City at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the same time that the men take on Manchester City at the City of Manchester Stadium, or the Etihad, as it's commercially known. So yeah, I'll do a little preview of the players that we brought, the players that we kept hold of. A little look at the at the Women's Cup as well. I was held in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, where Spurs ultimately finished sixth in the end, and we'll have a little look back at that, and we'll have a um, kind of a look at how that's going to affect our season, where I feel that the new players will likely take us, and how that is going to progress that's going to progress us for the coming season. Also, good news, we will be sharing some vlogs as well. I'll be going to the Leicester game. That's at um, that's up in Leicester, and that'll be in a few weeks' time. That's at the same time that the men are playing Leicester at our ground. So the men will be playing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The women will be playing at the King Power Stadium, and so we'll bring a double header, and hopefully look you'll enjoy that, and hopefully look forward to seeing that. So yeah, no, just a little rant really, and based on what happened last night. It is what it is. We got a point out of it. I mean, this corresponding fixture last season we lost, didn't we, to a goal from Antonio after a mistake by Harry Kane in defence. So you know, in the 5 games, well, 4 games because we didn't play Nottingham Forest last season, we've picked up 8 points. Last season, those corresponding fixtures, we picked up no points. So we're already 8 points up on last season. We maintained the performances of the teams that we already had beaten. Then who knows where we're going to end up this season? That's the exciting part right there. I mean, people might not be enjoying the style of football. I'm enjoying it because I enjoy, as you know, I enjoy the possession-based football. I enjoy, you know, I enjoy the defensive side. I enjoy that. I enjoy us stopping the opposition and then trying to do our bit to score and to trying to get a goal. I enjoy that. So for me, the only issue was whether we're actually playing poorly or whether it's actually a tactic. And I'm kind of now, I mean, with 5 games being similar, although last night was kind of like the other way around, where we had one would say we had a good first half and an interesting second half. I'm starting to think that is a tactic, just basically to try and take the sting out of the game, to try and stop the opposition, to try and get it into their heads that they can't get past us, and then we hit them on the break, or we try and just literally stop them. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I mean, it's intriguing football for me, but I know many people scream at their TV sets that oh, we're not attacking, forward, forward, and stuff like that. Mm. It is what it is. It is what it is. Can't please everybody all the time. But yeah, I mean, for me, the idea 4 points to make up. Got to start doing that now. So we shall see where it end up. But yep, thank you for watching this one. It's just an impromptu kind of video, really. And we shall see you over the weekend. Hopefully, I'll get the video out either Saturday night, the Spurs Fulham game. I'll get the video out either Saturday night or Sunday morning. But over the weekend, you shall have that vlog. So yes, thank you again for watching. Let me know in comments at the bottom what you think about how things are going. Whether you agree with me that it appears to be a tactic of a rope-a-dope tactic that we're employing. Um, just unfortunate that we couldn't capitalize on it against West Ham. Or if you think we're playing poorly, let me know. And also everything else I touched on. Who do you think we're going to be getting in the? I think the transfer window ends tonight. So who do you think we'll be getting? It might actually have ended by the time this video goes out. But who do you think we'll be getting? Who do you want to see coming in? And do you agree with me that we're not after a attacking midfielder there, because it's just not Conte's way? And also the women's game, of course. Are you looking forward to the new season? You think we're going to do very well this season? I'm quite optimistic, but we shall see what happens. But once again, thank you for watching. Come on, you Spurs, and you all take care. Thank you. Bye bye.